Okay, so Senator, you talked a lot about rebuilding the American family, particularly absent fathers. You made note of how that's an issue, particularly in minority communities. One of the other things minority communities have been experiencing lately is the police, the shootings of unarmed black men. It's happened several places. So what about the tension that's caused? Is there anything a president could do to, a leader to provide leadership for that?
Well, I think, what a president has to do is say that everybody in America is deserving of dignity and respect, irrespective of any particular race, color, whatever the case may be. Everybody is deserving of the same dignity and respect, and the president has to set that tone that we are not a divided nation, that we're a united nation, and that everybody has to toe that line. And it's something that's important for a president to set that. At the same time, the president also has to show that there's respect for the law in this country, and that there's folks to listen to law enforcement and to behave in a way that is consistent with respect for that law. So it's always, as you know, there's never just one side or the other. It's always two sides to the story. And so if there's respect on both sides, if there's respect for the dignity of every person and respect for the role that law enforcement has to play, and then generally speaking, it's like anything else, when both parties have respect, usually things can work themselves out. And so that's really what the call is for: mutual respect and accommodation for both.
And how much time do you plan to spend in minority communities this campaign cycle?
Well, when I was a United States Senator, I probably spent more time in sort of the urban core than any Republican or Democrat before or since. To me, it's one thing as a candidate, you spend time where you're going to, at forums and places where you're going to get votes. But as an elected official, it's different. I mean, there you spend time to where the problems are, where the need is the greatest, and I try to do that. And it's one of the reasons when I ran last time, even though I lost the race, and I was endorsed by many in the minority community, the Black Pastors of Philadelphia endorsed me, a whole lot of other groups, not because they necessarily agreed with me on every issue, but they knew that I spent time and energy and effort to try to improve the situation in their communities, and I think they were very grateful for that.
And so when you go to these communities and you talk about the important or trying to correct the problem of absent fathers, what's the reaction?
Oh, the reaction is absolutely, amen. I mean, a lot of amens. Everyone is aware of the scourge of what's happening to young males in our society. And it used to be in the minority community. Now it's in every community. I mean, it's in any neighborhood which is economically disadvantaged. You almost inevitably see a family breakdown, irrespective of the race or ethnicity of the community. So this is not just a minority issue. This is now an issue that's affecting all of America, and it's time for us to wake up. We should have woken up before. Daniel Patrick Moynihan back in the 60s tried to do it. When I was in office in the 70s doing welfare reform and spending time in the urban core, I was talking about it. But now it's affecting, I hate to say it, but now it's affecting everybody. Maybe America and maybe American politicians will have the courage to step up and do something.
Okay. And what did you think of your trip to Spartanburg this time?
I always love coming to Spartanburg. First, it's a beautiful day, and you have an opportunity to interact with folks here. I'll be at the Beacon tomorrow morning, so I'm happy about that, and having some breakfast down there with some friends. So can't come to Spartanburg and not have a stop at the Beacon.
And when are you going to announce?
You'll be hearing some things here in the next within the month or so.
All right.